Hi, my name is Phil, and I'm 7 years old, and I want to talk to you about nutritional values. Pork, hamburgers, and hot dogs, which will really create peptic ulcers all over the place. They say to themselves, oh, I can handle it. No, they can't. They can't give it to the children anymore, because if you can listen to your doctor, and especially yourself, what's going to happen to you? Wonders. They try to trick you. The system, don't do that to yourself. Stand back, see the big picture, and then you find out what's really going on. So let's talk about dehydration. There used to be a saying out there, when you drink water, you feel better. Well, that's exactly what it does. Don't get into habits that you can take it. You're a man. Make sure you get out there and have your water. Be smart. Years ago, football players, wrestlers, used to give them no water with a plastic, a suit, plus a coat, and they fall into heat exhaustion. Some of them didn't know how to get out of that. It's dangerous. Heat exhaustion can cause heat stroke. Don't let that happen to you. And another thing, if you do drink, don't drink Coca-Cola, don't drink those colorings. It's not going to do anything for you. It's just going to get you sick. It has half of it is it's sugar in the bottle. You do not want to have that in your system. Drink your water. The second thing I want to talk about is processed foods. Why processed foods? Processed foods have salts, chemicals. Do you really need that in your system after all? What is going on today with the kidneys, the heart, the liver? We don't need these problems when there's too much more to worry about. So be careful when you buy processed foods, such as potato chips, such as pizza, such as pretzels, and so on and so forth. The list goes on. Try to read the label to set a better table. Don't play the game of hurting yourself when you have a lot more to live for, compared to eating raw foods, things that are much more nutritional. Vegetables. What do you get out of vegetables? Well, you get everything. That goes to say that it's water-soluble. Water-soluble foods have the natural ingredients within the plants that we eat. And why not eat your fruits and vegetables? You get into all of these processed things, your body in time, maybe 10 years, maybe 20, is going to fall apart. Don't allow that to happen to yourself. You're more important than that. Third subject I want to talk about is sugar. Well, what could we say about sugar? Sugar can be categorized as energy compared to poison, compared to obesity. Let's talk about energy. We get up in the morning, what do? We drink our coffee. Year after year, day after day, we find ourselves having a few hundred pounds of sugar in our system, which creates obesity in addition to other sugars that we eat. Well, speaking about obesity, what about the children today and adults that take so much sugar in the system and they actually have irreversible effects? Today, the physical fitness exams, they can't give it to the children anymore because of obesity and computer. You have many kinds of sugars. They try to trick you. The system, don't do that to yourself. So the fourth thing is stress. How it affects your internal system, especially your stomach. We can eat good things like fruits and vegetables. Sure, that helps. But if you're stressed, it still has an effect on you. So what are we going to do? Are we going to go into steak, pork, hamburgers, and hot dogs, which will really create peptic ulcers all over the place, and then we're going to be really in pain. See the doctor, and the doctors give you a placebo or a painkiller or something. You don't need more headaches. Stand back, see the big picture, and then you find out what's really going on. If you can listen to your doctor, and especially yourself, what's going to happen to you? Wonders. Get away from the stress. Out of all things we can talk about, that's the one thing can knock you right on your butt. Here we are in New York. It's a lot going on. Work, family, school. We have it. We can't avoid it, but it's the way we treat it. It's the way we treat ourselves. It's the way we can see things that could be better. But when we get stressed, psychologically what affects us up here will affect us down in our stomachs, and so on and so forth. Stress in itself is your enemy. You have to try not to be a monk, but try to listen to yourself and not get caught up in it. The fifth thing I want to talk about is drinking. Well, what does drinking do to you? In reality, it doesn't do anything. It actually helps to avoid reality. Drinking can harm us psychologically. It has effects on the brain cells. We have billions of brain cells. Millions of them are destroyed in a period of 10 years. I have a twin brother. I love him. but I can't talk to them because of drinking. I also notice that people who drink want everybody else to drink with them. And then it becomes a snowball effect of nobody doing anything right. It's funny, actually. It looks weird, but it's unfortunate that somebody who has a party, 1 statistically out of 10 might have a car accident. Now, physiologically, our stomach, we can get cramps, gases. We can get also peptic ulcers. We're not avoiding things. What if you were with the wrong person? It's not your wife. Because drinking could do that. You don't know what you're doing sometimes, especially if you're drinking heavily. The big question is, they say to themselves, oh, I can handle it. No, they can't. What they say they can handle eventually becomes a major problem. So many divorces because of that chemical that affects us psychologically. To end this video, I want to let you know that I thank you for all the support that you guys have given me, and that it really reaches my heart, and that I want you to know that I really appreciate all the ratings and support. And if there's any other subject matter you want me to do, please let me know and I will do it. Thank you very much.
Okay, wait.
I couldn't get it.
So listen, Phil, comment, like, and subscribe. Go ahead.
Comment, like, and subscribe.